on the beat to make us have that slow feeling to it like that?
I actually went slower.
So it's slower then. Okay. Because I know a lot of them be like 155, 160, and then, okay.
Yeah, so I went slower, and that way I was still closer to, it's just the backbeat, where you put the snare is
right.
It kind of falls in a more regular spot if you go slower, So I went slower. It's just
cool,
you got to speed up a part of it, so it's you kind of break it down into 16th notes instead of quarter notes.
Right. Yeah, man. It's a good thing that people do learn about the music that they're doing, because what I like about the song that it's familiar, but it has its own thing. Like it doesn't sound cookie cutter. You know what I mean? Like I hear a lot of music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like you hear that. That's what happens. Yeah, like it happens in every every genre. Like somebody will follow the good style and then copy that. But you seem to be in your own lane with your records right here.
Oh, well, that's cool. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hopefully the fans,
Oh, yeah, the fans do. Right. The fans
they're more important than the artists, really.
Right, yeah, for them to pick that up. Yeah, I mean, you worked like 100 to 200 beats to get the right feel for this project right here?
Yeah, I do. I'm almost do a beat a day until I start singing, because then I got to stop. I can't keep doing them. But yeah, I almost do a beat a day, or sometimes two a day, and whatever sort of rises up. It's whatever rises up from that. I'm not like what I end up doing is I love what I'm doing when I'm doing it, and then like 3 or 4 days later, it's like, well, what was that? Where was I at when I did that?
Right. Yeah.
But eventually, after a few days or a week or two, you kind of get a feel for some of them. They kind of just rise up away from the others. And so I don't know if that means I'm not as good as some of the other people, or you're
being particular, right? Yeah, you you're particular about what you want to sing over or do songs over. That I get that all the way. Like I'll sit there. I haven't really done 100 or 200 beats to find like a few songs, but I do a lot, and I listen to a lot to see what I can feel over. Do you ever like say the same lyrics over all the different beats, or you just change them up and change the different lyrics, or find what's the song that's fitting for that?
No. What I do is after I get the thing figured out, I play a melody. I actually play a melody, and so the melody's done at the same time the beat is, but it's the last thing.
Yeah.
And then after they sort of filter out and whatever kind of is sticking with me a little bit more, then I just play it over and over, and the words just seem to rise up out of that melody. The melody's already there.
Yeah.
And so it seems like the more you play it, then all of a sudden each note, becomes a word, becomes a syllable or whatever.
Right.
And so, so I'm never doing the same words at all for anything. Because it's all like coming from the other side,
That's awesome, man. Yeah, so we got Robert Nicholas right here with us, and the new release is called Vibe Feeling. Right here with your man, Mr. Stout, on Scheme Beats Radio, on Spreaker.com, also RenegadeRadio.com, and also on The Move Unscripted as well. Check these joints out. You're going to be able to hear this interview right here on the shows, and also on iHeart and Spotify. So definitely guys look out for that. So you got this joint, like Vibe Feeling just dropped on April 29th, and you work with some pretty notable names, Atlanta-based producers. Tell us a little more about that.
I had gotten a song to chart on some chart. It wasn't a Billboard chart, but it was a different chart outlet. But I hit 39 on the, so that's top 40.
Yeah.
And that was in 2016. And and so I had just done a lot of radio promotion, and one of my songs kind of took off. And sometime after that, within like 3 or 4 weeks of that time period, we kind of hooked up off of LinkedIn. And I'm not sure, I can't remember if he contacted me, or I'm pretty sure he contacted me somehow. And then the next thing I know, we were talking on the phone, right? And so after that, it just kind of went from there. And I ended up going to Atlanta last year a couple times. But, he's worked with a lot of big people. He said, so what he's told me and versus how many people he's worked with are probably two different things, because, he told me like the highlights, so he talked about like when he was in the studio with Beyonce,
Right.
That's exciting to hear,
Yeah, it is, yeah.
He worked on the first Outkast before they got big, right? So not the one where they got big, but the one before that.
I think it was called. Yeah, okay, before that, all right.
Yeah, and then I know he's done some stuff with Chris Brown because I've seen him standing next to Chris Brown in pictures. So, but I don't know what, and
right.
But those are like the big names, right? You know, so he's a great guy. And he did the 2 songs I put out last summer, More and More and Club Love. He's the producer on those. And I did the singing and I wrote the melody and the words. And so, but he's a great guy. Yeah. He had gotten, what he told me was he had gotten some airplay down there on one of the radio stations for one of the songs. So they were spinning it for quite a while there, I guess, last summer. So that's really cool, to be getting some airplay in Atlanta.
Right, which is a big city. It's huge for the music scene right now. It's been that way for the past 15, 20 years. And it's good to, to see that's still going on. I've been working down there from time to time. I've moved from the Jersey area, New York area, and went down to North Carolina. We did some things down there for like 5 years. And I just recently came to the Midwest in Ohio, but I've been working down there in Atlanta for years. And, we wound up meeting a lot of people down there and a lot of good connections and good people in the music industry, working around with folks who have been in Atlantic Records for 30, 40 years and, people with Sony. And, I just got an opportunity to work with a lot of people. So like doing radio, I get chances to hear artists like yourself, and even though you said you have records that was on the Atlantic-based, radio down there, but now like, even with the internet right now, like anybody could find someone's music in a few taps of a button, you know what I mean? If they find it.
Oh yeah.
It's like, which I like that a lot better because like, I don't know if you was one of those guys back in the 90s or in the 80s who was going to the record shops. But I used to love going to record shops, but now it's like, if I can just find a record at home, and that's dope,
Yeah. I'm always looking, especially on YouTube, YouTube and Spotify. I'm always combing through to see who's new and what's going on and who's coming up. And, it's great. It's really great.
Right. Yeah, I mean, so now, I know that we're all going through right now with the COVID-19 and also going through some of the things, in the social world that we're living in. But have you been performing in this record when it dropped?
Well, in Colorado, there really isn't, even if there wasn't the COVID thing, what the live scene here is more based on, 2 guitar players or guitar bass drums or,
right.
So, and it's not really the style where I'm at. I don't think you, even if you were more center of popularity, I don't know that you would have a big fan base in the Denver market,
Wow.
It's a little different. It still kind of leans towards more of a rock / rockabilly country.
Right, country pop, like pop artists. I met a few that have on radio shows on here from Colorado, and they're they have a lot of pop artists that have had like female pop artists who do anything. Bands,
something like that,
right?
Could go over pretty good. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's
so do you been traveling? Going back and forth to Atlanta, or was you doing anything like that last year?
Yeah, I went to Atlanta a couple times last year, but just to meet up with the producer. It really wasn't like I had an opportunity to try and get any live gigs in or anything. I'm just working the internet, so that's what I'm doing. You know, just hoping something sparks. You know,
right.
Together,
man. Right. I mean, I think you'll get that, man. Like, if you're looking forward, this is the time because a lot of people are still home. They're still trying to find like what's the new music. People the music is going to shift. You know, again, you know, it's just and the sound has shifted. You know, people are looking for lyric-based music, even though it's like, you know, sound-based, but, you know, you got the good music, like, you know, the heavy 808s, 909s, and stuff like that being played, but also you want something with substance. And I'm thinking, with this song that you have right here with New Whip, it's like, you know, it has like a storyline, like give us like a little bit of that, like what the song is about or what this EP is about.
Yeah, I kind of try and, you know, a lot of what I end up kind of centering on is the old, you know, male female, or, you know, heart, the thing with the heart, and so I kind of tend to lean on that a little bit more than not, and so, you know, the idea of New Whip is getting my girl a brand new ride, you know, something she just loves it, and she's hitting the streets with it, and, you know, it's kind of a fantasy, but, you know, you just kind of get a subject matter and run with it. But it's something to write about, you know, and something that you can kind of work with and move on, you know, and of course it puts her on a pedestal instead of talking about me or something, you know. I'd rather put her on a pedestal for sure.
Exactly, that works better.
Yeah.
On the way. Yeah, man. So now, do you have videos for any of these cuts right here, these tracks?
No, I haven't really gotten into the video thing too much. I had done one a long time ago, but man, I had a lot of trouble doing the production work on that. So I'm hoping to at least get a little bit further forward so I can get into like at least having a team or something before I try and venture off into video again. Because that was a lot for me to break off and work on, because it's really far out of my element to be a video producer. And so, that's just, it's so time consuming, and it seemed like, you know, I can allocate my time more wisely if I stay away from that for now, you know.
Yeah. And you put it in the hands of some people. That's what I do with the stuff that we work with. Like, you know, I mean, concentrate on your art and your writing and you know, put it in the hands of the people. That's what they do. Less stress for you, so you can go out there and do what you do. Yeah, because I was doing the, what is it they call, rendering and all of that, and then you just so that was a lot of work. I had not had any experience with that, so yeah, I'm definitely out of my element trying to work with video. Oh, that's okay. Remember, you're definitely good with writing the music right now, man. And that's what it's all about, man. We got Robert Nicholas right here. The EP is called Vibe Feeling. You guys go out there and get that. So Amazon and also on Spotify and iHeart, or Apple, and also you can check it out on YouTube as well. You got something on YouTube. You can check them out on Twitter.com/A21Juice21. How can they fans follow you on other social medias, like if you're using with Instagram or Facebook?
Yeah, Instagram's just Robert Nicholas, and that's pretty much the main two is Twitter and Instagram. And then, I do believe it is on iHeart, though.
And of course, iTunes. Okay, iTunes, right. They will play on iHeart, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely.
Of course, Spotify's the main one, Right. Spotify, YouTube, Amazon. Yeah, those are all the big ones. There's a lot more. I think it's on Tidal. There's a bunch more, but I don't even know who they are to speak on them. But there's a lot more platforms. Probably or so.
Amazon. Everybody has those platforms. I mean, it can go all the way down to as far as like what they do with, like I said, Amazon. They can be on. Walmart has music. You know what I mean? Have a .com. You know what I mean? So when